you'll need Labquest for this one. Magnetic field sensor again. Washer. Should be labeled north and south on it. Bar magnet. A half meter stick. And your iPad. Alright, so go ahead and plug in your sensor to the Labquest. Alright, we're going to be magnetizing a washer, and since we're going to be using the sensor to find the magnetic field of the washer, which is a weak field, as opposed to the magnet, which is a stronger field, we're going to put this on the 0.32 setting, which means you should have 4 places after the decimal point. Alright, so in order to magnetize this, because it's not magnetized right now, I'm going to take the north end of my magnet and strike the north end of the washer and drag it towards the south end repeatedly about 10 times. I kind of alternate between going on the left side of the washer and the right side. Doesn't matter exactly how many times you do it, but do it enough times. At least 10. Now once it's magnetized, it's sort of fragile, meaning if you were to drop this on the table, it would be unmagnetized and you'd have to magnetize it again. So when you set it down extremely carefully and gently. Alright, then you're going to take your magnet and get it far, far away from your washer, because this is a much stronger field and it's going to mess with any readings that you're trying to do. So put this far away, at least a couple feet away, maybe on another table. I don't think you'll need it again for this experiment, so you can bring it back up to the table if you want to. So now you're going to want to position the ruler like this so that the 10 centimeter mark, don't use the inches side, use the centimeter side. So that 10 centimeters is about the middle of your washer there. And you're going to make a run with the sensor going from the 0 to the 20 mark. So I'm going to take my sensor and I'm going to angle it down. Again, carefully making sure not to bend it in the wrong direction. All right, so that I'm going to be then making a reading starting at 0 and going to 20. I'm going to set up my Labquest to obtain that data. So I'll set the mode to, I'll keep the mode at time-based. I don't think we need 20 samples per second though. I'll change it to 2 samples per second. And I'll keep the duration at 10 seconds. Okay, very good. So let me set this down so you can see. All right, so this is going to be kind of tricky. I'm going to hit play, and then what I'm going to do is over the course of those 10 seconds, I'm going to slowly move the sensor along the meter stick between the 0 and 20 mark. So here we go. Play. At about 5 seconds, I should be about the middle of the washer. And at the end of the run, I should be at 20. Looks good. That one's got a nice S-shaped curve showing the magnetic field signature. And it's zeroed out nicely also. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on my Graphical app. Looks like I'm running Boba Fett. All right, awesome. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I've got points and lines both. I'm going to double tap to auto scale. All right, looks great. So that's going to be my screenshot for part 1. So a screenshot of your graph for part 1. Great. On to part 2. Of course, answer the questions as you go. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and explain part 2, how to do that part. All right, for part 2, I'm actually going to make sure that I exit out of my graphical app here. Make sure to label what you did for part 1. Okay, and then make sure you're on this screen here so that it doesn't glitch out when you're going from one experiment to the other. So on my Labquest, I'm going to start a new experiment. So it's going to be called, just go to File, New. Discard the old stuff since it's saved in the Graphical App. All right, and then here I'm going to, I guess, make sure that this resets back to 2 samples per second, because when I hit File, New, it erased that information. So just like before, we have rate of 2 samples per second, going for 10 seconds, okay. Not a new experiment here. All right, and get this out of there. We don't need the washer anymore. Make sure that your magnet is far away also. And pick up one of the sandboxes that I've set up for you in the room. And make sure that the south end is towards you so that the north end of the sandbox is away from you. All right. All right, just a quick note about the sandbox is that I have buried a washer in here. I don't want you to put anything in the sand, okay? Not only that, but you're not gonna find it by digging for it. It's not, it's wedged in between some poster board, and so I do that on purpose so that people don't, accidentally remove the washer and then not know how to put it back in there. So feel free to feel in the sand for anything to make sure that someone didn't accidentally put a washer in there, because I've already done it. Okay, and then so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the magnetic field sensor again, and just like I did before, I don't even think I'm gonna place this on there because it doesn't really matter that it's on there, but the same idea is I want you to hover from one side of this pan to the other over the course of 10 seconds between lines 1, and then lines 2, and then line 3, okay? So this is gonna be tricky and you're gonna have to time it right. So I'm gonna hit play when I'm on the left side of the pan for line 1, and then at halfway, at about 5 seconds I should be here, and about 10 seconds I should be done. So let's see if that works. Okay, not bad. I went a little fast, but it worked. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save that run. Oops, by selecting the file cabinet icon. Now I'm on run 2, which is line 2. So for line 2, I'm going to start with the sensor at the left of the pan. I'm going to hit play. It's hard to do here. Let me try it. Great. Okay, so there's my second run. All right, and then I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to be on run 3 now. Same idea. I'm going to start at the left side of the pan where the three line is. I'm going to hit play. And over the course of 10 seconds, I'm going to slowly move this magnetic field sensor from left to right. Okay, there it is. So now what you're going to want to do is view all runs. There we go. So line 1 for me was blue, line 2 was the green line, and line 3 was the red line. Well, it's readily obvious where the washer is. It's obviously set in line 2 because that's the one that gave us that S-shaped curve or signature, magnetic field signature. I'm going to make sure to connect my iPad, again, just like I did before. All right, and then just a couple quick adjustments. I'm going to double tap the screen. I'm also going to include points, so points and lines. And I think it'd be really handy to have the key as part of your screenshot as well. So there's my screenshot. Add that to my graphical app. Add that to Notability. where it says Part 2 screenshot. Okay, so there's my screenshot for Part 2. And then go ahead and finish the questions here, and then you'll be all done with the lab.